Hi, my name is Daniel and I'm from DMC 2020-01 and welcome to my vlog. I'm going to be talking about two theories I've learned during media criticism class, and I'm going to talk about how they have affected my actions and my perceptions. The first theory I'll be talking about is psychoanalysis. It comes from Austrian neurologist Sigmund Freud's theory that our personality and behavior develop from the interactions among our id, our superego, and our ego. I chose to talk about psychoanalysis because I really enjoy films and TV shows that are based on realism, as well as things that really play with your psyche. I'm a huge fan of dark themed shows. So shows like American Horror Story, Mr. Robot, The Purge, Black Mirror, Snowpiercer, and Get Out. Though I find some of the content in these films to be disturbing and unsettling, I'm still very much hooked on these shows for some reason that I can't quite understand. Prior to hearing about psychoanalysis, the way I've always consumed media was merely by looking at what was presented from what you could say a two-dimensional view. Like, I thought that the denotation and connotation of media text can be done simply from analyzing what is seen on the screen. I also thought that it would be impossible to find depth in a character that has everything that they say and do pre-planned on a script. And as a result, it would make it hard to properly connect with the character. I also thought that this theory would only be applicable for certain forms of media, like film, TV, and books. After understanding psychoanalysis, my mindset on how I perceive and relate to the content that I consume has changed drastically. What makes a film or a piece of music captivating is it's not always what you see or what you hear. It's how it connects with your unconscious. The media content can be analyzed not just by what the author presents, but also how the message presented resonates with me, the consumer. Psychoanalysis provides the stepping stones for anyone to go deeper and gain a clearer understanding of messages and issues present. Psychoanalysis can also help with understanding the stream of consciousness of the artist and how their perception of life is reflected in the content that they put out. And when it comes to film, we also see that psychoanalysis can be applied in its technicality. So things like color grading, soundtrack, visual effects, camera angles, all of these play a factor. And so now, using what I know about ego, superego, and id can help me further understand the different characters in the film, as well as their motives. And so as a result of this, it helps me see the bigger picture of a movie, the deeper issue presented. Not everything will be as it seems. Not everything will be flashed in front of me and portrayed explicitly. There's always more to uncover, more to unearth. And I also now understand why when I'm watching a certain film or a certain TV show, I would want the main character to make certain decisions that I would not necessarily make in real life. And so looking at how others are affected by psychoanalysis, it actually makes sense. Well, it makes it a lot clearer why people gravitate to films, to shows, to songs, music with certain themes present in their content. It's how the consumer's unconscious minds relate with it. This helps in understanding people based on the type of media that they consume. I can also see how different people can come up with different interpretations of a media text, of media content. As you know, their unconscious minds, they are wired differently, be it because of experiences, the environment that they were brought up in, and a film or a song can resonate differently with one's unconscious. Feminist. A person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. That's basically what feminism is. Equal opportunities and equal treatment for all, regardless of their sex. So why feminism? As someone who grew up queer and who was not as masculine compared to the other males around me, most of the people I've looked up to in music, in film and TV were females. These were role models whom I've looked up to for a significant part of my life. Artists like Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and Rihanna. These are people who are confident and bold in expressing their femininity. Most of the music that I listen to are by female artists, and all the music that I've listened to, they have played a huge part in contributing to who I am today. Before coming to understand what feminism truly was, I would only associate it with themes of female empowerment. And so, for example, I would call Beyonce's music feminism. When I see a girl group like Little Mix or Blackpink performing with such confidence and vigor, I would identify that as feminism. I thought it was simply being confident in one's identity as a woman, as a female. Right now, I can say that I am, in fact, a feminist. I also understand why it is common in certain forms of media to find distorted images of females, be it through stereotypes or by catering to the male gaze. Looking at the current media landscape, there are still females of other social identities who are marginalized in the media. Unfortunately, in recent years, we are starting to see more changes. For example, representation of trans women, women of color, etc. as lead roles in film and TV. So how has feminism affected me? I view my female peers as equals, and I believe that we should be able to have access to the same opportunities. And understanding feminism has really shed a light on how, as a male, I am unaware of a lot of gender-based discrimination that takes place not only in media but in real life. I believe that how females are portrayed in the media and how they are perceived should not be limited by stereotypes and by cultural norms. I also believe that there shouldn't be this double standard where females are constantly scrutinized for certain behaviors that men are celebrated for. Looking at the people around me, there are still some who still have the perception of females playing the subservient role. However, it is starting to fade as the representation of females in active roles within the media today is beginning to break common female stereotypes. Double standards and criticism of females in the media still take place, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. We begin to see more and more representation of females from different social identities. This brings a slow but significant change in how females are perceived in society. Moving forward, I am inspired to shift my perspective when consuming any form of media to further understand the deeper issue presented. I'm also inspired to look deeper into the media I frequently consume and understand why I'm drawn to certain genres, certain styles. Another way I'll be implementing this into my life would be by talking to other people who have consumed the same media as I have. Find out their interpretation and how I can view the content in different perspectives. I guess one of the biggest things that I can take from Media Crate is this new perspective on viewing things, the different lenses through which I can view them from, the different angles through which I can analyze issues presented in any form of media. And before I close out this video, I'd like to give a special thanks to Ms. Amrita for teaching us all these various theories. They have really blown my mind and have opened up my eyes to a lot more ways to view things. With that, I'd like to close this video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.